good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. I'm Cass, and we're back with another great episode of Cass's World. I'm sure many of you were expecting the I Love You Kevin interview tonight, but due to some rescheduling, we decided to drop that next Saturday. So, stay tuned. April 5th. Yeah, but I figured since I wasn't dropping what I was supposed to drop, I could at least drop something, you know, to keep y'all fed. So we're here right now in my room at 1:28 a.m. Excuse me. Anyways, this episode. I feel like I don't have enough girls that listen to my podcast, which is crazy because I really always wanted this to be like a girl space, granted. But I guess with me being so tapped in with like the underground, you're destined to bring in guys and shit to listen, like as in listeners. So, you know, I played my own cards there. But I do it for the girls at the end of the day. So we're here. And I want to talk about some of the top Canon Girl events. And then we'll delve into some of the top Canon Black Girl events. Because I think this is like, recently I've been on TikTok, been on Instagram, been on Twitter, and a lot of people are making, the top Canon Girlhood events that we all kind of go through. That's like a staple. And it's definitely been interesting seeing people's top Canon events or what they feel are top Canon events. Because in some way, shape, or form, there is a girl out there across the world somewhere who definitely relates to this. I don't know. And I've seen a couple and I've been like, damn. Yes. Yes. Literally yes. Literally yes. Mainly been on TikTok. I've been on TikTok a little bit more than I usually am lately, and I'm not mad at it. But I wanted to get on here and talk about some of my top couple Canon Girl events that I feel like are staples that I feel like we all go through. And then the ones that I've seen lately, because I actually have a lot that I have here to read. And in the comments somewhere, I want y'all to let me know y'all's top Canon Girl events or events you feel are just a staple to girlhood that we all kind of go through. Good, bad, maybe traumatic. I don't know. We all go through something. But anyways, so I'm gonna just name my top 3. Okay. For me, my top 3, I'm gonna just put that one friend group. Heat damage. And almost being essayed. Yeah. Now, we're gonna break this down for you. Okay. Mind you, these are my top 3. If y'all want to get in like top 5, top 10, top 20, we could get into that too. But I'm just naming my top 3 because I don't want to have a yapathon. Let me just say. So for the first one, heat damage. I feel like heat damage, listen, it's a wide spectrum. I'm just lucky I had my heat damage phase six years ago. Like I said, it's canon, is gonna happen eventually. So glad that's over. And it's sad because honestly, I should have said heat damage blindness because you couldn't tell me shit. I did not know that my hair was severely heat damaged or broken off in any type, like, shape or form. I could go through my Snapchat and I'm just over here like fresh silk press feeling myself and the shit looks ass. And no one said shit. So honestly, fuck y'all, but at the same time, like, damn. Now, the second one, that one friend group, I've been through a lot of friend groups, which is why I don't do friend groups anymore. But I say that one friend group, Because it really is that one friend group that just leaves you with some of the most deeply rooted, craziest memories and trauma. And I'll say the one friend group I'm going to talk about and get into is honestly the one friend group I have like the most like memories with, if that's not crazy. And it's like now we're just all kind of strangers. Like that jump from like being at each other's house every weekend, hanging out all the time, being around each other, to like nobody fucking with each other is so crazy. But we'll get into that later. So now I'm gonna break down a couple that I've seen. This is top 5 Canon Girl events from one account. First time having real feelings for a boy. Arguing phase with mom. Best friend switching up on you. Feeling alone even if you have people around. And when the sadness hits you all at once. Okay, arguing phase with mom. I don't think I've ever had like a genuine argument with my mom. However, we've had our moments. First time having real feelings for a boy. Let me rethink this. I remember my first real crush, but my first real time having feelings. Yeah, okay, I do remember that. And that turned into like an on and off 3-year debacle of a relationship. LOL. Best friends switching up on you. I've had a lot. No, I haven't had a lot of best friends, but I've had like the main, like 5 main best friends that I've fallen out with. So I feel like this canon event is more recent for me. I'll say in May of last year, I fell out and stopped talking to my best friend of almost 10 years. Crazy, I know, like since elementary school. And that kind of was my, well, it's like one of my canons. But I fell out with some of my other best friends from years prior. But I think that one hit me the hardest. Because I really was devastated and sad about it. However, I realized bitches fall out with their best friends every single day. Over way worse shit. And it's no ill feelings towards her. But it hurt me in a way. Friendships as a girl are so vicious. Because you really never know. Like, do you even like me? Or are you trying to be me? Are you trying to fuck my boyfriend? You never know what you're gonna get. The next one was feeling alone even if you have people around you. Definitely felt like that. And I think it's funny that this is the next one up on here because what I did with that feeling of loneliness, feeling alone, I turned it into my podcast and a place for me to sit here and yap when there's no one else to talk to and then upload it and have people relate to it so that I'm really not too alone. I really found a loophole to this alone shit, honestly. But I feel like, and I don't even think this is really just a girlhood thing. I think this is an everything thing, but I think it hits harder when you're a girl. I don't know. Some shit really just hits harder when you're a girl. When the sadness hits you all at once. LOL. Let me think. That's happened a couple times. I'm not even gonna say it's like a one-time canon event. I'll say it'll happen a plethora of times. To be honest. The next post. Top 5 girl canon events. Falling for a literal piece of shit boy. 8th grade. Huge friend group fallout. See, friend group is, like I said, that one friend group is just a canon event. Realizing you're exactly like your father in an I don't give a fuck phase. Okay, starting with the first one. Yes. And it's so crazy. Because I really look back on that one piece of shit boy and it's like, girl, what the fuck were you doing? Really, what the fuck was... I really think I was just bored. Honestly, I really staple all my bullshit back to boredom. But 8th grade. Let me think of 8th grade. So, I was doing digital school during 8th grade. Let's see. What was 8th grade? I was doing really good in school first semester, and second semester I just kind of just got burned out. I think 8th grade was one of my biggest burnouts I've ever had, like one of the deepest times for one of my depressions. And it was really bad because I had so many things I wanted to do, so many ideas, so much shit I wanted to fucking do. And I didn't. I procrastinated. 8th grade was crazy as shit though. Huge friend group fallout. Like I said, canon event. If y'all, and I talked about this in my friendship trauma episode, one specific friend group I was in, like my longest running friend group, like it was, but I can't even say it was a crazy fallout because I left on my own voluntarily. But it's just crazy how we all stopped talking. Or shit. Honestly, it's crazy how I just stopped talking to them. Let me not even say that. Let me reword this because now that I'm looking back, I kind of cut myself out of the friend group. I was already kind of cut out, but I really just made that decision to like stay and I left. I mean, to stay or go, and I left. So, realizing you're exactly like your father. Um, mm, mm, I think for me, it's more so realizing you're exactly like your mom. And even then, I'm not really exactly like neither of them. But I think when I realized I carried my mom's tendencies, you know, it kind of hit me in a way. So I'm like my dad in some aspects, but like my mom more than. And then my I don't give a fuck phase. I've had too many I don't give a fuck phases, and I feel like the perception of the I don't give a fuck phase switches between. Well, I don't know what is an I don't give a fuck phase, because when I think of my I don't give a fuck phase, I think of my phase of not taking care of myself and not like talking to anyone or having anyone to talk to or not. But then again, some people's I don't give a fuck phase is like doing whatever they fuck what oh my god, doing whatever the fuck they want to do and like I don't know, just being you. I don't know. What do y'all think? What is an I don't give a fuck phase? What really is it? Like, can we talk about that? Like, what is an I don't give a fuck phase? And I'm talking in the sense of girlhood. What is that? I don't know. Top 5 weird girl canon events. Interesting. Seeing your parents cry. I've been seeing my mom cry my whole life. Never saw my dad cry. I didn't care to see him fucking cry. Seeing your mom cry for the first time is sad. Because I think the way I saw my mom crying in the manner of I saw my mom crying was really scary and hurtful. So I think that definitely is a canon event. Wearing lashes / mascara for the first time. When was the first time I wore lashes? Wait. Wait. First time I wore lashes was... I got my lashes done. My mom did my lashes like the night before like my first day of freshman year. So yeah. And oh my god, y'all, she tried to give me fucking spider lashes. I said, girl, are you fucking crazy? I mean, I didn't say that obviously, but I was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? And I made her take that shit off immediately. She started laughing. I said, you just played in my whole motherfucking eyes. And then she did some really cute, simple, you know, ones. And I was like, yeah, okay. See? Like, that's all you had to do. So, canon event, I wouldn't say it's canon, but I think it's definitely like something like, oh my gosh, yeah. And I feel like mascara, I don't know. Mascara's always been my thing, so I don't really remember the first time I put it on. I'm sure it was glorious though. I'd love to feel that feeling again. Feeling like everyone judges you. This is not canon. This is something I feel all the time to this day. However, I've learned to not really give a fuck about being judged. Because really, there's only one person who can judge me, and that's God. That's the universe. Having an identity crisis. When did I last go through an identity crisis? I'll say 7th grade. 6th grade, 6th or 7th grade. From the age of 11 to like 13, that was my identity crisis I was going through. Because my whole life I've been who I've been. But when I started to be around people who I realized weren't like me and weren't accepting of me, I think that's when I realized, hey, I need to make some alterations. And I didn't need to make alterations. So, having an identity crisis, I think it's definitely something. It definitely varies. I think for some people it can be like a one-time thing. And then for some girls, it could be something they grasp with their whole entire lives. They don't know who they are. They've never had the space to figure out who they are. They've never taken the time to figure out who they are. So it's like they're just here, absorbing personalities and attitudes and just different shit from different sources and people. And I've been friends with those kind of girls. And honestly, I hate to say it, but while they take in different stuff from different people, they all have that same thing to them. I don't know. Just my take. Being alone at school. And once again, I'll say this. I don't know if this is really canon. Because I felt alone in school my whole life. Honestly. Like, if we really went. I'm still fucking alone. I'm just happy I'm alone. I wouldn't be left alone at school. I'm over here busting my butt, making good grades, working hard. Don't come in my face talking to me about bullshit. I don't want to hear shit about TikTok. I don't want, like, now granted, there are some people in school who I do talk to who are like, I fuck with them heavy. But I don't mind being alone at school. I got shit to focus on. I don't want to be in everybody's face every single day. Okay, now, this is the fun one. Top 20 black girl canon events. Number 1, being grown enough to get acrylics for the first time. When did I first get mine? Well, I've always been a press-on kind of girl. But the first time I got my nails done, like professionally with some acrylic, and they weren't that long, mind you. I'll find the picture so I'm fucking weird. What birthday was this? I think it was either my 10th birthday. I got them done from a family member. They were so fly. But I was like, yes. And she was like, oh my gosh, she wouldn't stop moving. And I have really small fingers and like hands and nails. I've always had my whole life. Let me tell you something. I've always had wrinkly ass, small ass grandma hands. And she was like, oh my gosh, it was so hard doing her nails because they're so teeny weeny. And I was like, yeah. Crochet braids and twists. Never felt that trauma. Can't even speak on it. But power to my sisters who went through that. Because even as a kid, them shits looked ugly as fuck. Bald-headed daddy. My dad's never been bald. But I heard having a bald dad is nice. My friend says she makes her bald-headed dad her bitch. I was like, oh, okay. Listening to Mary Mary with your mom. With my mom? No. With my grandmother? Yes, she loves Mary Mary. And my favorite song by them is It's the God in Me. Talk about she used to overplay that shit. I used to be like, okay, girl, I like the song too, but damn. I love me some Mary Mary though. That I can get down with. That Is the God in Me song might be top 10 gospel songs. Might just be. Hair dysmorphia after taking braids out. Yes. Because girl, it's not your fucking curl pattern. Them is just the aftermath of the braids. I don't know why I was trying to feel myself. and look cute and take thirst traps, but girl, no. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, or we were thinking, dyeing your hair brown. After I realized I didn't want no more color in my hair, yes, I had to go brown and grow that little bleach spot out. So, yeah, definitely Canon. But I felt so cute with it, so I don't think it was like a bad event. But it was cute. Not being considered pretty until college, not in college, so I don't know. But I'm sure for my older girlies, as y'all say, y'all can relate to that. I'll say not being considered pretty until high school. Because I think, I don't know. I still don't know what I am, honestly. It's still a learning process, getting to know your confidence. But I know I'm not ugly anymore. But then I'll really be looking at myself too hard. I'll be like, damn, this bitch really might be ugly. I don't know. Number 8, being embarrassed about having weird interests around your peers. Of course. They'd be like, girl, shut the fuck up with that white people shit. And I'll be like, I'm just trying to talk about the political and economic state of the world right now. Pun intended, but no. I've been shut down about my interest and looked down upon about my interest my whole entire life. And not just by kids my age, by fucking adults. Adults will be like, girl, what the fuck? Like, I've been bullied by adults for liking the shit that I like. And I've never understood that. Like, let me like what the fuck I like. Think. Let me think. I definitely think my fashion interests and my music taste always got me picked on. Because I wanted to dress a certain way. And as a kid, anybody who knew me, they knew I loved the 70s and the 80s and all of that. And I try to mirror that in my fashion and my taste. And I wanted certain. I was fucking 8 asking for an 8-ball jacket. Who the fuck was 8 years old asking for an 8-ball jacket? I don't know, nigga, but Cass was still something I really want now. I remember I was really into doll collecting and wanting to be a doll collector like my grandma. She collected collectible Barbies, for a really long time. Like, she's been doing it my entire life, and she has a lot, like OD too many. And I remember I told a black girl that on my bus, and she was like, "What the fuck are you, 5?" I mean, not a black girl, an Asian girl on my bus. She was like, "What the fuck are you, 5?" And we're like in elementary school, mind you, so it's not too crazy for me to still like Barbies or dolls. I was like, girl, what the fuck? And what's really sad is I remember when I stopped playing with Barbies. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is such an embedded memory. So I was 11 and it's the same friend group. Yeah. So my grandpa had picked me up from somewhere, and my dollhouse and all of my dolls and all my treasured doll items were at my grandparents' house, and they had been my whole life. And I had this dollhouse there, and it sat in the family room, like the living room. That's just where I played with my stuff. It wasn't in my room. It was in the family room. My grandpa was chill with that. Like, that's where I played at. I played in the living room in front of him while he watched TV, and I do that for hours. And the friend group definitely kind of matured me up, but they were a little older than me by like a year or two. A year. Yeah, just a year, both of them. And they came over because I wanted to grab some stuff before we went to my friend's house. And they came over and they saw it. They were like, girl, what the fuck is this? Yada yada this. So then one of them, main bitch in charge of the friend group, definitely group leader, she pulls out her phone and she proceeds to record it on Snapchat and send it to the guy, like, and his friend. And now the whole friend group saw it and they're like, oh. I hate that I let that even shape me, though. Honestly, I really wish I could go back and be like, girl, shut the fuck up and play with them motherfucking Barbies. And then after that, I was like, okay, so obviously y'all don't support my interest. And they definitely knew I was into Barbies. They knew I wanted to be a collector. They didn't, that definitely made me instance of being like the fucking punching bag. I don't know. Number 9, being in dance at some point. was not in dance, but I feel like we were all in gymnastics at one point. I was. Then my mom unenrolled me for whatever reason, I don't know. But I was in gymnastics. Dance, no. Easter silk presses. Yes, definitely. I'll say Christmas silk presses. I don't know. There was like one period, like every Christmas when I was a little girl, I had to get dressed up for whatever reason. I'd always get my hair done really nice. Now remember, y'all, this is top 20. Number 11, Cranes in the Sky. I think your first time listening to Cranes in the Sky by Solange is so crazy because, like, you're so right. And to, like, someone listening with naked ears and not understanding, you're not gonna really feel it. But as a black girl, you really feel it. I don't know. That song, I feel like that song is like a universal touch to black girls. And I remember my mom told me, she said every black woman needs to wake up and listen to this song. I was like, you know what? Real as fuck. I mean, I didn't say that, obviously. But real as fuck. Too Yellow makeup. Now I'm light-skinned as fuck. So I'll say, but I have like a warm undertone. So when it comes to Too Yellow, no, but too fucking pale, yes. Pale and crusty as shit. Makeup blindness is one of the most traumatic things a girl can go through, especially a black girl. And I don't wish that type of pain on anybody. That's why, low-key, shout out to Sephora kids, like Generation Alpha, because they're starting young. They're getting their base routines fire as fuck at a young age. Okay? Don't be like us. Have that flawless base touchdown before you hit middle school. Please, please, please. Get that skin prep on lock before you get to middle school. I hate to even say this, but shout out to them because they really might skip that makeup blindness, Too Yellow makeup flashback ass phase, and I'm not even fucking hating on it. Y'all get to the bag. Not hating on it. Shout out to Sephora kids, Sephora girls. Shout out to those little motherfuckers because they may be cooking so hard right now that makeup blindness might end. A generation of makeup blind, like, we might be able to end that. So honestly, yes, y'all keep doing what y'all are doing. The next one is number 13, Vanilla and Coconut Everything, Canon. I think figuring out you like those scents, but I don't think it ever ends. But I still love vanilla very much, but I also like really fruity scents. So yes, I think yes. Putting ingredients in your hair during 2019 to quarantine. Yes. Y'all, tell me why I would just spray apple cider vinegar in my hair and that'd just be my form of moisturizer at one point. And then I'd fucking wonder why, oh my god, my scalp is peeling, my hair looks bad, and the color in my hair is fucking fading. Ugh. And y'all, I wouldn't use no other ingredient, just detangling with apple cider. Like, ugh. Number 17, did you cut your hair and it's just shrinkage? Yes. Literally. I'm not even going to speak on that too much, but literally, yes. Number 18, you look like a random black girl who looks nothing like you. Yes. And then my thing about it is, and especially in elementary school, I used to have this girl in my class. Her name was Kelsey. And mind you, I'm taller than her. She's way shorter than me. She's of a more chocolate complexion. I'm obviously light-skinned. We look totally fucking different. And for some reason, we've been in each other's classes, like, obviously all throughout elementary school up until I changed schools in 5th grade. And the teachers, white teachers especially, I'm gonna just call it out, yes, white teachers, and mind you, we're like, there'd be like 4 or 3 main black girls in our class, and they just always mix Kelsey, oh, Cassidy, no, I'll never fucking forget. I don't think it was anybody's fault, but I got called for checkout. I go to the front thinking it's my mom, and it's Kelsey's fucking mom. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, we're sorry. And it's like, y'all can't even blame it on fucking spelling, because Kelsey and Cassidy, mind you, my name is spelled Cassidy, Kassidy. Her name is Kelsey. It's like Kellsey. Who the fuck mixes that up? Puzzled to this day. Being asked out as a joke. Oh, fucking brother. Y'all don't even want it. I remember I got catfished by one of my friends in that same friend group. But being asked out as a joke. Was a joke then, nigga, but y'all still in my DMs now. Not even gonna talk about that too much. And number 20, lastly, falling in love with yourself after years of people making you feel the opposite. Yes. I don't know when it happened, but it was one of the most beautiful experiences when I realized how much I love myself and how much I appreciate myself and how much I love myself and I love being alone with myself. Sorry if I still sound congested, y'all. I'm still actively getting over this fucking sickness. But when I realized that I really do love myself, I think I realized that at a young age. I just didn't show myself enough love. But I did love myself. I think I've always loved myself. I really tried my entire life to not let people bring me down. And at some certain points I did, obviously. But for a lot of it, I really held up my own. I really did. Okay, next one is top canon events as an awkward black girl growing up. Headband phase is number one. Never had a headband phase. I know plenty of girls who did, though. And I hate to say it, I think a lot of them ended up gay. So, but I had a flower crown phase, I had the cat ears phase, and then I had hair clips. But I feel like that was just me and my the soft girl, e-girl hair clip thing we all did in like 2019, 2020. I don't know, I was so in love with that, but getting called whitewashed still happens to this day, I don't even think. But I think the first time it happened, I was like, girl, what the fuck does that even mean? Casual racism in middle school, casual middle school racism, and elementary school. That same Asian girl who said, what the fuck are you, 5, when I told her about the doll thing, she also told me to go back to Africa. And then she proceeded to tell me that wasn't racist. I was like, girl, what the fuck do you mean? The whole time, I'm not even African. My roots are from Caribbean, you dumb bitch. Yeah, ho. Now I'm really about... And if you're listening to this, whoever the fuck you are... bitch, I'm not even... I don't even have African roots, ho. So fuck you. Anyways. Number 4. Hearing you don't act black, though, 25/8. I've never heard that directly, but I've heard things across those lines where it's like, but you're not really, like, black, though, like that. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I hate that. People love basing your blackness on not having an accent, not saying certain slang, and not listening to certain shit. Like, that is, like, the topmost thing to base your blackness on, and I don't understand that. Number 5, struggling to do your edges for the first time. Oh, brother, if we're talking about heat damage blindness, makeup blindness, we have to get into edge blindness. I used to think I could do my edges so well, and I woke up one day and realized this shit is really ass. And now that I'm still getting the hang of doing it, because I never even been an edges type of person. Like, I don't even do them like that. And I never really did, especially growing up. But now that I look back on when I did attempt to do my edges, it was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is that? Ugh. Number 6. Like I said, getting called weird by your black friends because you had different interests. It's a fucking canon event. And it's I hate to say it's sad, because some people, even at this right big age we're all at, still deal with this with shitty ass people. And I'm sending love to those people, because your interest in what you're into, you know, regardless, it's validated. And there is another black girl out there who likes the same shit as you. Shout out to the furries, despite how y'all feel about them, the black furries. Shout out to the black girls who are into cosplay. Shout out to the black girls who are into theater. Shout out to the black girls who are weebs. Shout out to the black girls who like rock music, who are emo, alternative. Shout out to the black girls who are into Gairu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. Shout out to the black girls who are deep into gaming culture. Shout out to y'all, because y'all break the barriers for us. And y'all show people that black girls are not just represented by one genre, but we are represented by multiple genres. We are not the face of just one thing, but we are the faces of many things. Shout out to y'all. I respect y'all. Shout out to the weird black girls who are never afraid to be themselves and their interest, and who never let themselves be boxed in. And I say this to even now, to like younger black girls, never let them box you in. Never, ever, 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 ever let them box you in. Never let them conform you to what they think you should be. Don't ever let nobody do that at all. But shout out to the black girls who listen to Paramore, because I love y'all. And then the girl put at the end of this video, honorable mention, your mom giving you a silk press and bumping the ends. My grandma did this, my mom did it. My mom, I don't have a bunch of my hair trauma, because my mom knew how to do my hair. And I hate to say this, I think this is just the perks of having a young ass mom. You're gonna get kind of fly. Anytime I had a silk press, my silk presses were always done. My curls were always cute. Bitch, bump the ends. What the fuck was bump the ends? Bitch, my mom gonna pull that curling iron out every fucking time. And that's a mob. She's gonna pull that fucking curling iron out, and I'm gonna look like I'm going to pageant on any given day if she really wanted me to. So, never really experienced that. Oh, another top 5 black girl canon events. Racist jokes in middle school. Not allowed to be angry without being seen as aggressive. Being the only black girl in a room. Getting called whitewashed for not fitting stereotypes. And having to work 2 times harder than anyone else to be appreciated. Now, I've switched schools recently. And the school I go to is majority white. There's a lot of white people. I'll say that. The area I live in is heavy on white people. Country white people, if we really want to get down in the deep with it. So when I first switched schools, obviously I could tell the types of people and the type of world I was entering. But I feel like that really made me want to be more myself, honestly. So, being the only black girl in a room, and the racist jokes, and not being allowed to be seen as aggressive. I don't know. The whole aggressive thing, I think that's definitely part of why my anger was so suppressed, especially growing up, because I already know the type of stereotype it carries to be angry. You know, you don't want to be too fucking sassy, you don't want to be too this, you don't want to be too... But I get that completely. Like I said, I already got into the whole whitewash thing. It's definitely a canon event for majority of black girls. It's always going to be a canon. The first time you hear you act, and it wasn't even kids, it was adults. That's what hurts the most. It's weird ass fucking adults and people saying you want to be white, calling you fucking white. You're talking to a kid. What the fuck even is white? I never understood that. Ooh, this one is good. This top 5, this one I got on here is good. I screenshotted a lot of these. Okay, number 1, realizing your race was hated at a young age. When did I first realize racism? Let me think. Hold on. Definitely elementary school. And I want to honestly say first grade. First grade is when I realized, okay, this race shit gets serious. Experiencing racism from other POCs. Yes. I don't know why. Mexican kids used to bully me a lot. Oh my god. Trauma don't moment, but in 4th grade, there was this one group of Hispanic kids, and they just used to stomp on me, like stomp on my feet, and like them niggas used to like jump me, and they just hated me, and I don't know why. And I remember we had this one, because our teacher went on maternity leave, and we had this sub. Her name, I'll never forget her. Her name was Miss. What is it? What the fucking was it? Bro, I'll find her name, but she was this one sub we had, and at first, me and her, we didn't really get along, but she was so fucking goated. I loved her. And she used to talk to all the girls in the class, and like, but I remember she got on their ass for doing that to me one time, and she was the goat for that. And them niggas never did it again. And I'll never forget, I tried to tell my bitch ass grandpa one time. He was like, Cass, they just like you. No, nigga, that is another Canon Girlhood event I'm gonna name as my own, is telling an adult you're getting bullied by a guy specifically, and their rebuttal is, oh, he just likes you. No, nigga, this nigga is literally physically harming me. No, he does not like me. Ugh. Number 3, constantly being sexualized instead of loved. Yes, and I feel like a lot of people may deal with this deeper, not even just black girls, but I think all girls. Sexualization comes in many ways, shapes, and forms, and we all handle it differently. We all either deny it or accept it, and then you think it's love and it's not. And I think I'm kind of fortunate because I didn't take sexualization well, and I didn't accept it as it was a form of love. It kind of just turned me off, as into like even wanting to be loved. Constantly worrying if someone dates your race when having a crush. Yes, you know, I used to be a D1 swirler. Oh my god, my nose. I used to be a D1 swirler. Let me blow my nose. I used to be a D1 swirler, like I said. So I think anytime I liked a white boy, I always even wondered, and most of the time I really knew he did. Like, a lot of my crushes, I never really went, especially when I was younger, I never really went after all my crushes, but I used to, like, have a bunch of crushes. But I could always tell, and I always knew, obviously, when a guy I liked didn't like black girls. And I also always knew when I was with somebody, or I liked somebody, or I started talking to somebody when I got into that age, who's really been with white girls and who's really been with black girls. And you can always tell when you're a guy's first black girl. I don't want to hear it. You can always tell. You always know when you are a guy's first black girl. And it's probably, I mean, somebody has to break the cycle eventually for that nigga, but it's like one of the weirdest experiences, canon experiences. And number 5, realizing black boys hated us as well. Canon is shit. I'll say most of my bullies were black guys. If it wasn't the Hispanic kids, they were definitely black guys, honestly. I remember I said that, and these black guys in front of me, I was talking to my friend about that. I guess I did say it kind of loudly, but they looked back at us and like we were like, bitch, what? And I was like, I mean, it's fucking true. And she agreed with me. Okay. Top 5. This is a good one. Being the loud friend, finding love in boys because you can't find it in your dad. Damn. Yeah, this is just top 5 Canon Girl events. Being the loud friend, finding love in boys because you can't find it in your dad, slowly being left out of the 3 out of 3, crying in class, begging for him to love you. Okay, being the loud friend. Yes, being the loud, being the funny, being the hyper vibed friend. Yes. Don't regret it though, because that's just who I am. Finding love in boys because you can't find it in your dad. Slightly, yes. But I feel like my daddy issues come out in me just not respecting niggas. Rather than it being like, I need love kind of way. Or maybe it's both and I'm just blind to that. I don't know. But, yeah. Slowly being left out of the 3 out of 3. Now, the friend group I was in, it definitely expanded and it turned into 5 instead of 3. But before that, it was always 3. It was always a 3 out of 3. And I was definitely always left out. Them bitches, I used to be over the crib and they used to make plans in front of my face without me. And then when I'd say something, they'd be like, girl, no. I was like, weird as the fuck. And then after I'd have an attitude, they'd be like, fine. And I'd be like, damn, bitch, I don't even want to go anymore. Fuck you. I always felt iced out and left it out. I mean, left out. I said left out though. So, but I still stayed down. And I still remained the loyalist one out of the group. Honestly, I can probably say that, and I don't give a fuck who can backtrack for me. I was always the loyalist one out of that group, and I always held everybody down. When I say I treated these mofos like they were like my sisters, like we were blood, like we were family, I really did. And I feel like that's always kind of the case in every friend group. Or every 3 out of 3, there's always one friend who always holds the friend group together and down. Granted, there may be a group leader, quote unquote. I hate that, but that may be true. But there's always a friend who's just always loyal, the most loyal out of the group, always the most loyal out of the 3. And then it's like when that friend leaves, like what the fuck are you really gonna do, you know? But yeah. Crying in class. The first time I cried in class was after my grandpa had his heart attack and I went to school and we were going to go to the hospital after school to go see him, but it was in class and I broke down fucking crying. I was in 3rd grade, Miss Osborne's class. I broke the fuck down because I was so, if anybody that knows me, I'm not talking about my bitch ass grandpa I was talking about before. This is my other grandpa, and anybody that knows me personally, obviously, they know how much love I have for him, how that man has raised me and taken care of me. It's just really like someone I'm genuinely close with. So, after he had his heart attack and he was in the hospital, I was like, bro, I was so defeated. I was so hurt. I think it was like one of my top 5 painful moments was when he had his heart attack. He's obviously good. He's safe now. He's better. but I was so hurt. Like, I was so distraught that whole day. My mind is just spinning, 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 spinning. Crying in class is so embarrassing too, because it's like everybody's in there, everybody's looking, and then like it takes the teacher a minute to realize that you're crying. So it's like everyone sees that you're crying but the teacher, and then the teacher finally realizes it and pulls you outside, and it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck? And it's just like, OMG. Okay. I don't remember if I actually told her what was wrong. I think I did, and I was just really sad. I was scared. I came home from school. My mom picked me up from my family friend's house. We ended up going to the hospital to see him, and he was okay, but I saw him. Oh my god, I'm low-key getting sad thinking about this. I saw him, and I was really, like, sad and distraught, and then we left the hospital room, and I broke down. I broke down again. I broke down again in front of, like, outside of the room. And it was just so sad. Like, I was just really hurt. And the hospital, the nurse was like, oh my gosh, I know my daughter feels the same way about my dad. I get it. And I was just like, bruh, nobody gets it. I was so overly fucking hurt. And then I went to see him a few days later, and I cried leaving the hospital again. And they moved his room. He was in a way better room, but I just cried again. I was so overly fucking hurt, dude. That was like really one of my most painful experiences. Begging for him to love you. I'll say in my past relationship, my last relationship, that on and off 3 year one, yes. I feel like I spent a lot of my time asking for him to be on the same page with me and to reciprocate the same way. So honestly, yes, I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm just some real ass P, because I've had my moments where I've felt defeated and begged. And I think that is a Canon Girl event, especially when you're young. Believe it or not, and it may not even be a guy. It may be a friend. It may be something where you beg. It may even be your own parents. We all go through something where we beg someone to love us. And I think as a girl, it hits a little harder because we all want that security and that feeling and that safety net. And we all don't get it. So yeah. That is the end of my list. But I'll say this. I love the way girlhood is being shaped right now, and the perception of girlhood is kind of going. Because it's like being feminine and having fun and being girly, it's not being chastised anymore. Liking pink and wanting to do certain things and having fun and doing your makeup and your hair, it's not something looked down upon. It's not something judged upon. It's not something so gratified. Now it's like a beautiful, loving experience that nobody can take from us. I feel like, while many things today in this generation in our society are kind of fucked up, I'll say girlhood is growing. Girlhood is growing. It's changing, and I think it's shaping for the best. We still have work to do as girls and women. We still have a lot of progress to make, but the experience of it is changing. It's shaping. I think we're kind of learning how to protect ourselves more and each other, how to stand up for each other. I think we're in one of the best eras of sisterhood and love, and I'm glad like this Canon Girl event thing is happening, because I think it realizes, as much different as we try to be from each other and have individuality, we all share the same things, and I love that. Because society always tries to pit women against each other. It's like, no, we go through the same shit. We experience the same things. It'll never be that. No matter how much y'all try to, like, the patriarchy. I hate to even say that. Y'all try to shift that. It's never gonna happen, bruh. Like, it won't happen. We fight against it every day, and I feel like, in a way, progress is really being made. So, yeah. This concludes this episode. I hope y'all related, enjoyed. Comment your top Canon Girl events for my ladies. Guys, I don't want to hear shit. Shut the fuck up. But for the girls, yes, comment your top Canon Girl events. And especially my black girls. I'd love to hear what y'all are. But yeah, I love y'all. I love my girls. Forever a girl's girl. Forever gonna stand up for girls. Forever gonna stand up for black girls especially. I love y'all down. To all girls, don't change, shape, or conform yourself for anyone. Especially not for a guy, but for anyone really. And love what you love. Do what you do. And yeah, I love y'all. Stay tuned next Saturday for for the I Love You Kevin interview. Sorry, my brain was farting. The I Love You Kevin interview, because that's coming out. And yeah, stay tuned. I love you guys. Bye.